Hello, everybody. My name is Samer. I'm a student at the UAC, and today's presentation is about immigration. Why did I choose immigration? Simply because immigration is a very controversial topic. Everybody is talking about immigration, especially now with the election time, and I don't understand how is immigration so controversial, but because I believe it's very, very good for the U.S. economy, and this is the land of immigrants. People should always welcome immigrants. I'm pretty sure the majority of us know immigrants. I'm pretty sure my classmates here, somebody, or pretty much everybody, with the raise of hand, everybody know or related to an immigrant. Anybody? Good. Okay. Now, what's the definition of immigration? Just to let you know, I'm a pro-open immigration, and I think it's very beneficial to the U.S. economy. So the definition of immigration is entrance of a person to a new country to establish a permanent residence. This includes a person who is like a refugee or a person who's intending on establishing maybe work and establishing a home in the United States. Now there are types of immigration. There's legal immigration, which is the legal way of having documentation, coming quickly through the border or the airport, having the proper documentation, visas and whatnot. Coming to the U.S. illegally. It's defined as the act of foreigners admitted to the U.S. as a lawful permanent resident. While illegal immigration is defined as the act of foreigners who have entered or reside in the country unlawfully or without the country's authorization. So people who are crossing the border illegally, that is considered illegal immigrants, or even people who overstay their visa. Some people could have like a work visa or a tourist visa and could have proper documentation, but they overstayed their visas. They are considered as an illegal immigrant, and they need to go home, I guess, if they don't take care of the issue. The most recent statistics is the population of how many people that come from different countries to the U.S. Being Mexico, of course, is the highest, simply because of the location and because of the law that was passed of family reunification. Mexico in 2010, there was 9,600,000 that came to the U.S. That would constitute the 23.7%. From China was the second highest, 1,900,000, which 4.7%. Philippines, India, Vietnam, Cuba. I was surprised to see this many Cubans who come to the U.S. because it's so hard to come to the U.S. with 1,100,000 population that comes to the U.S. Canada was almost the lowest with 2.3%, and Korea was the lowest. Now, reason for immigration, why do people immigrate? Mainly because of economy. The economy is bad. I think for myself, because it was really hard for me, even after I finished my degree, that I would find a job. When I went to Lebanon, I met so many people that have so many degrees, from engineer degree, even MDs, I've seen so many smart people, but they cannot find a job. They're working either as a cab driver or they're selling, they have a food stand or something like that because they can't find a job with their degree. So the main reason is jobs is number one. War. Say a lot of Europeans, because Jewish European, they flee the Nazis. They came to the States in World War II. So there's a lot of people that flee from everywhere where there's war to come to the U.S. Politics. Politics plays a big factor. Fidel Castro, for instance. People want to escape the regime. That's why you see so many Cubans Americans trying to come to the U.S. Um, Poverty plays a big role. People immigrating to the U.S. simply because they can find jobs, it's a better life, people looking for better opportunities and education that schools are in the United States. So people come, and I came here partly work for education, and people in countries, the third world countries, are not able to go to school and pay for their school because they don't have financial aid, such in Lebanon, I cannot get financial aid. Here I can. In Lebanon, I cannot work and go to school. Here I can. My dad could not afford to put me through college because he already paid for four of my siblings, so he was not able to, when it came down to me, he told me I'm not able to afford to put me through college, so I came here, I was able to go to school. So the benefits of open immigration. First, jobs. There is a misconception that immigrants take Americans' job, which is not true. In 1989, the U.S. Department of Labor reviewed nearly 100 studies on relationships between immigration and unemployment, and concluded that the U.S. Americans appeared adversely affected by illegal immigration, so there is no really proof that immigrants take jobs from U.S.-born Americans. Jobs, actually, immigrants tend to refuse jobs in several ways. They expand the demand for goods and services through their own consumption. So Henry Ford, who founded the Ford company in Detroit, said that if I hire people and I give them higher wages, they're going to stop buying my cars. So this way people can afford to buy cars. So this way you can make more money. So that's immigrants. Most of the people that worked at Ford were immigrants. So they bring savings with them that contribute to the overall investment and productivity. This is the second way. I know I had to come in with money to spend here before I was able to find a job and I was able to settle down. They're more highly entrepreneurial than native borns and create jobs through businesses they start. Now we've seen a lot of like corner stores and stuff that are owned by people who are not English, not their first language, and they came here as immigrants. They fill gaps in the low and high ends of the labor market, producing necessary jobs for American workers. Continue on jobs. If you hire an immigrant who get paid less, that means the company, they don't have to raise their prices because they're going to have to pass on the consumer. So, and they're going to compete with other businesses. So we've seen a lot of businesses that be shipping their jobs to China. So there's a study that was conducted by economists Richard and Lowell from Ohio University and Mr. Moore from Cato Institute found that the states that had increased immigrant population had the highest economic growth. So immigrants do bring in jobs and improve the economy. Wages. Studies have shown that immigrants don't take American jobs. They don't drive wages down. In fact, immigrants might increase wages at upper income level. Immigrants use welfare less than native-born Americans. A study of welfare recipients in New York City found only 7.7% of immigrants were receiving welfare compared to 13.3% of both population as a whole. So immigrants don't use welfare as often as natives. Also, a nationwide study, U.S. and Bureau of Labor Statistics found that 12.8% of immigrants were receiving welfare compared to 13.9% of general population. So this is a more recent study. And another study, which was more recent by National Academy of Science, found that a typical immigrant, his or her descendants will pay an estimate of $80,000 more in taxes than they will receive in combined local, state, and federal benefits
Just to let you know, Samer, you're like at 10 minutes right now.
So,
Yeah.
okay. Now, in conclusion, Michael Turner is the Director of Health and Welfare Studies at the Cato Institute, wrote in his book, The Benefits of Open Immigration, argues that immigrants don't take jobs from American citizens, and they don't drive wages down. Immigrants use welfare less and tend to be more entrepreneurial than native-born Americans. Thank you.
Can that